You won't guess the #1 exercise for abs if you don't really know your stuff. What 99% of you struggle with when it comes to getting those shredded abs and healthy athleticism is fat loss, and not in fat loss like starving yourself and losing muscle, but I think you knew that already. The exercise I will show you today is not hard at all. Everyone can do it with no equipment needed, and everyone will get results. This exercise will not only train your abdominals, but also burn fat over 24 hours after execution, which is completely insane. The only ab exercise you'll ever need is sprints. Yes, seriously. There are many great ab workouts out there, and some of which are better for strength and muscle growth, but sprints will get you that really athletic six-pack that you've always wanted, no matter your age or current body fat levels. In this video, I will show you how to do it correctly and how often you should do it to engage that core and burn as much belly fat as humanly possible so that you can turn your body into a supercar. You may not have done this exercise since you were a kid, but it is the absolute best single biomechanically correct exercise for your body as a human being. Remember, we were built as hunters and had to be able to sprint towards prey and away from danger as fast as possible. Our bodies were not meant to do a lot of targeted core workouts like crunches and sit-ups, even if they can help to build bigger abdominal muscles. Before we get into the details of how you should do this, the correct way to improve quickly and avoid injury, consider clicking that beautiful button under this video to level up your run IQ. Alright, let's get into some do's and don'ts. Sprinting in intervals in particular is a kind of HIIT training or high-intensity interval training. These kinds of workouts are at a high enough intensity that your body produces something called EPOC, or excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means that your metabolic rate is increased for over 24 hours after your training. This means that you will burn that unnecessary belly fat for over 24 hours after your workout, which is actually insane. And that's one of the many benefits of HIIT training, that you'll become a fat-burning machine days after training, even when you're not doing any exercise. But there is more. Don't get me wrong, if you want a massive chest or huge shoulders, you should do other progressive overload exercises and target those areas specifically and consistently. However, when you sprint, you're engaging not only your core, but your back, your hip flexors, your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, shoulders, and arms. Everything works together, and every muscle group works extremely hard to absorb the impact with the ground, take off, and drive your body forward at a challenging pace. So, here is how you should do it. I imagine many of you haven't sprinted in a while, so the first thing you want to do is warming up and loosening up those muscles and tendons. I like to start my workouts by running around the track at a 30 to 50% pace for as long as it takes for me to start sweating a little. Sweating is the most obvious proof that your body is getting warm. Then, in order to prepare the muscles, I like to do some leg kicks and lunges so that my hip flexors are ready for action as well. The actual workout should be 10 sets of sprints for about 60 to 90 yards, depending on how accustomed your body is to this movement. For beginners, I would recommend 60-yard sprints and resting between sets for 30 seconds. You should not try to run at a 100% pace. I recommend jogging a few yards to get the momentum going and then sprint at an 80% pace for 60 yards. Doing this for 10 sets will definitely be enough. I know, all of you might not be aiming for a carved-out six-pack or weight loss, but for you guys who want that summer body, no matter how hard you train, achieving a visible six-pack also heavily depends on your nutrition, and you want to be on a caloric deficit, which means burning more calories than you put in your belly. And for you guys who don't share this goal, remember that sprints will increase your overall health and you will become more athletic in every other activity in your daily life. And who doesn't want to feel more energetic and powerful, right? Speaking of energetic and powerful, there is actually a cheat code to this, which doesn't require any hard work and discipline. It may sound too good to be true, but you might get that feeling from this beast right here. So, if you want to know what I'm talking about, you have to watch this video next. Otherwise, happy running.